the DStv Premiership is a lot of high quality football if you measure it with the right stick. But if you're measuring it against top 5 European leagues like La Liga, Premier League, Serie A,
Obviously.
League, even the Portuguese league, etc., it's not a fair comparison.
Yeah,
You
true.
financially,
Fair point.
location-wise, the strength of the
And all the players they buy from everywhere.
federations,
Anyway.
etc., etc. DStv Premiership is extremely high quality football and competitive league when measuring with the correct stick.
How different do you think the quality of the DStv Premiership would be if access was much wider than it already is now
Access in what terms?
in terms of being able to watch the games? DStv Premiership games, if I'm not mistaken, there are certain regions where you can't access it, even on the African continent. Ola, Botswana, Bola, Zimbabwe, Lesotho. Please let us know if you're able to.
The coverage.
Coverage is.
Yeah.
Premiership, the Premier League rather. Even Americans wake up in the wee hours of the morning to watch it.
I was in some place in Africa. And
Well, you
then
still are.
outside South Africa.
Okay.
Good.
And they had TVs outside, watching the Premier League in December.
It's a real thing, guys. Even on TikTok, I've seen a couple of, our fellow African brothers and sisters, and they praise the DStv Premiership. They really applaud just how
It's surely
good
the
it
top
is.
league in
fact,
Africa.
Yeah, it's a
of course, my
well-run
darling.
league to start with.
Yeah, and even talking about how the stadium was packed to gas Sundowns, and we'll get to it. Sundowns and Orlando Pirates, they were like, "Dang man, this is we popping." But obviously, and I agree with you, Marco, that obviously with the wrong stick, it isn't fair. But you're right, Lynn, in saying that if we had coverage of all these matches continentally,
Not
it would
even
be huge.
worldwide. 'Cause
Before
also
we even go
that's more
worldwide,
revenue,
friend.
right?
Yes, of course.
Yeah, that
And
is
then the
more
revenue increases the quality in
course.
the players that you get, the stadiums.
Infrastructure, everything.
You won't have certain teams getting their wings clipped and exiting through an entrance and whatever because they don't have money. Those type of things, you won't have a Bloom Celtic, for instance, that's been gone to the abyss. But big ups to them, even though they're playing in the ABC Motsepe Championship, their fans are still filling up Dr. Mulemela Stadium,
which is good.
It's lovely.
Lack of goals and lack of fans in general across the league is possibly something that puts broadcasters off of purchasing the rights to view the league in their regions.
And also
But
the
I think,
national
it's,
team.
I think it's actually the inverse. It's the opposite. I think as much as there aren't any goals, and you're saying that it does not attract advertisers and sponsors and the like, I think if you have a consistent viewing or a broadcast of all these matches, and obviously the viewer base will increase, and that will then translate to advertisers wanting to jump on.
I've got to.
And also,
my question is, just
your
before
national.
you go,
Oh, okay.
before you go super sub, why would I score if there's nobody on the stands?
That's what I'm
So
saying.
that's
People
part of what I'm saying
interest.
is if you fill the stadium and you add goals to DStv Premiership, it'll be more attractive for broadcasters to show elsewhere in the world.
Yeah, I can't stress enough the importance of the national team doing well as well. That
Yeah.
give exposure to your country. Like we recently seen how Bafana went, by AFCON. That definitely is going to bring the spotlight in our country, and a lot of people, especially European leagues, they're going to now start to look into South Africa as a destination also to scout players. And that also sort of increases the value of your league. That's why the Brazilians are so valued, their teams are so valued.
Oh, until
But
they
guys,
get relegated, like
yes.
Santos did.
But you know what would be nice? And I'm going to say something similar to what I had mentioned earlier about Swallows. Wouldn't it be nice to have the city football, what do you call it? CF?
Yeah,
City Football Group.
Yeah.
Yes. Wouldn't it be nice to have a city football group as opposed to them just coming, scouting, taking players to come in here, plow back, give us resources, give us knowledge and the like, and just improve overall South African football?
So to be part of the City Football Group, they obviously have to buy.
Yeah.
The PSL handbook does not allow for any foreign ownership.
Yeah, friend. But with what's the team right now that they didn't necessarily buy, but they are coming in and they are offering some services.
The Turkish side.
The Turkish team.
No, but they are buying that team.
Yeah, friend. But
He knows. He saw the books.
and
Okay,
also,
maybe more
so what they buy? So what they buy Swallows?
Well, they can't.
They
That's
can't.
what
They're not
Len's
allowed
saying.
to.
They're not allowed to. It's part of league regulations. But
Well, they can use me. I can front for them.
yeah,
There's always a way. But all I'm saying
you'd
is that
have
it
to
would
say-
be nice.
But you'd have to say where your money is coming from. Remember before
you know how
our-
tough SARS is. Have they ever audited you, my man?
don't worry. Leave us alone, Sarah. We
don't
don't have
mention those
money.
things.
Don't bet on us. Remember when before Swallows was actually owned or run by our favorite tweeting chairman, there were murmurs making the rounds that there is an overseas consortium that's trying to buy the team out. And that transaction never went through.
Yeah.
So then what happened to AX Cape Town?
Nah,
How did
just
that
calm
work?
down, yeah.
Yeah?
What happened to
there's-
There
AX?
was a collaboration.
There was collaboration,
it was
yeah. So
AX,
strategic
Amsterdam,
partnerships and stuff. We'd
Yes.
like to see some of those come
That
back.
would be
I mean, we
nice.
remember Fire Note had a partnership with Supersport United for years,
You see?
mostly as a feeder club. So they would send certain players on loan to gain experience in our league, and they would take a lot of young players as a feeder club to their leagues, and that's why we saw a lot of South African players in Eredivisie at the time. Portugal does it in South Africa as well, where they have strategic partnerships with certain
The
clubs.
KZN Academy that I mentioned.
Mm-hmm.
And I heard somebody saying, well, the Portuguese league that thing is owned by a very popular broadcaster in the country.
I wouldn't be
Broadcasters.
surprised.
Well,
Broadcaster.